Polar Korea's November intercontinental ballistic missile has not yet shown to be a able risk versus us law currently, Mattis told for an away camera press briefing in reporters at the Pentagon on Friday. He added how the joint state is yet evaluating the position. We are yet considering the forensic, we're yet making the forensic analyze, it conducted a time, he told. Pyongyang proven a new rocket on November 28, how flew high and further rather than any early start, and bragged later how its new Hwasong-15 could supply nuke warheads everywhere in the U.S. At the period, Mattis marked how the start showed how Polar Korea was work on a study and growth program how could make a rocket able of affecting anywhere in the planet and reflecting a extended force to construct a risk, a ballistics rocket risk how endangers planet world, provincial world and surely, the joint state. His evaluation Friday was in link in engineering analysts who say how Polar Korea's November start didn't in fact show an capacity to hit the US or how it is manufacturing Wu on the engineering challenges require for a success, operative intercontinental ballistic missile. I'm very suspect on the ability of the Hwasong-15, retired General Patrick O'Reilly, a elder comrade at the Atlantic Justice and specialist in space and rocket defense, told in an electronic mail. The red banner for O'Reilly and some rocket expert is how the Polar Koreans hold survey the rocket nearly direct up, and not in the allegorical arc of a norm rocket path, that is stronger to reach. Excellent large hard re-entry vehicle else issue comes of the reality how he's unfeasible to speak the rocket's real band out of knowledge the way of the load, that Polar Korea declared was a excellent large hard re-entry vehicle. The testing as well unsuccessful to show several key artistic achievements Polar Korea would requirement to do to present a risk to the US, consisting the capacity to email a re-entry vehicle tipped rocket on a steady flying way in precision and in the capacity to pull through the warmth, vibrate and upheaval of de-entry. Where are several very bad informed engineering suppositions how include been done, O'Reilly told of assessments how the November 28 rocket could threat the US continent. While I listen in 1 or 2 year they could include an operative ability how could hit Washington, human beings are manufacturing really violent assumptions. Where's a lot leftward to be made up you can evaluate a plausible risk. Mattis told Analyze of the largest ladder Polar Korean rocket testing is continuing, and he repeated how the tactful path creature led by Registrar of Country Rex Tillerson is yet the authorities' guideline politics while it comes to Pyongyang. Tillerson tell at a specific meet of the UN Safety Justice Friday, calling stricter world activity to restrain in Pyongyang and opposing Polar Korea's envoy to the UN above his claims how the US is to accuse for tensions on the Korean peninsula. Tillerson told the US would need Pyongyang to reach a time of peaceful up the US would attract in negotiations, specifying mess created over in the 1 week while he told he would say out of preconditions if Polar Korea was readily. How commentary drew towing of the White's building. Requested on the mess above the facility how must be met up US negotiators sit downward in his Polar Korean peer pressure, Mattis emphasized the oneness among Tillerson and the CEO. The is a diplomatically led force by him and the CEO, and you see him go out in which are several of the facility how include to be welcomed, public diplomacy continues, Mattis told. While we are prepared to include conversations as you put it, dialogue, how will be up to the CEO and the Registrar of Country.